Hey everyone, Mr. Gray3IS here, and I'm back with another video. Today's video is a pretty useful one, and it's also one that I get DM'd a lot of questions about. Today's video is on air suspension maintenance. Things you have to do during the life of your air suspension, things you should do regularly, and also some things you should look out for. Now, my car has been bagged for over 2 years now, and it has been going so smooth. I've been loving it. Great for daily driving. A lot of people ask me, hey, Mr. Gray3IS, can you daily drive a car on bags? 100%, yes you can. Most important thing about bags is installing them correctly. If you install them correctly the first time, you shouldn't have to worry about anything other than normal maintenance. And just like your car, there's maintenance that comes along with owning it, and same for air suspension. I'm gonna go over the most regular maintenance, as well as some other little extra things, and also what to look for if you think there's something wrong with your air suspension system. Now, even though I'm starting with the most regular thing you're supposed to do with your air suspension system, this list really is in no particular order. Now, like many people's air suspension system, the management all takes place in the trunk. Now, this is how mine looks right here. To kind of give you the gist of it, if you didn't see my air suspension install video, I have a big plank right here that's leather wrapped, and I have 2 compressors, 1 and 2. My management, which controls all of it, is in the middle. I have a big 5-gallon tank right there, and coming out from the bottom is my emptying air line where I empty my tank, and then my water trap is actually way behind there, right there. It's not too pretty. I mean, it's kind of just gets the job done, but that's what it looks like. And then in here, I actually have some stuff to help with my air suspension maintenance. And it's kind of all in the very corner of my trunk in the back, and I still have all this trunk room. And of course, my spare tire still is active and right under there, just in case. Now to start, the most important thing that you're gonna do, for me on a weekly, bi-weekly basis, I kind of do it right around every time I fill up my gas tank, is empty the moisture from your tank. So what does emptying the moisture look like? You should have a line coming from your tank. Whether you installed your air suspension system or you had someone else install it, there should be a line coming from your air suspension tank. Mine is mounted right at the bottom, and it comes off like this. It's actually like a valve stem cap. You screw this off, and then boom, right there. It looks like something you'd fill up your tires with. And all you're gonna do is push something in there, and just like that, air starts coming out. And on hotter days, more moisture builds inside of your tank, and you'll actually see some fluid. It's kind of like white condensed air. There you go. See that? And that's just with my thumb. You can also push it with this, and I also have like an Allen wrench that I just keep in here for that, as well as a microfiber towel to kind of stick right here as I shoot it so I don't soak my entire trunk, because your amp for your car is actually under there, so you don't want to soak this area too much. But it's kind of just wet compressed air, and you want to do that every couple weeks, and then every few months you actually want to let this out completely, drain your entire tank, because you'll get a little bit of excess moisture in there, and it's really nice to just drain your whole tank to alleviate all that moisture. You can do that by holding down this little stem for a long time, or yours might have this little tool right here, and what this does is unscrews the valve stem core, that little pokey guy in there, and it pretty much just makes this an open line, and you'll just leave it and it'll drain in a couple minutes. Sticking that aside, the second most important thing that you want to drain is your water trap. So what your water trap does, and you should have one of these, it really helps, is it traps any water that goes from your tank to your air suspension. So it's kind of trapping it before it hits your manifold, and pretty much keeps water from getting into your bags. You don't want moisture inside your bags, because it can, well, not only make the inside rust or get condensation and whatnot, but it can even freeze in the wintertime. And yes, stuff can freeze in the wintertime, especially when you go to release the moisture from here. It can actually clog the tip with frozen water ice bits, and it's fine, it happens. Some people put antifreeze in their system. I don't. I just kind of wait till it gets a little bit warmer, rather the sun shine on it, and it's pretty fine. But a water trap is very important with keeping your system healthy, and all you have to do is, similarly to this guy right here, is push on the bottom of your water trap, and water and air will shoot out and release any water. There are water traps that have an automatic release. They kind of feel when they get full on water and then automatically shoot out the water. But I like the manual one because I like to know when air is coming out of my system. All right, next step, similar to your car, is replacing the compressor filters. Now these compressors suck in air and put it into the tank, and just like your car, when taking in air, it has a filter that needs to be replaced. So the filter are these circle guys right at the end. They just screw on like so, like that, and it's inside of here. You can crack it open and replace the filter, but I actually just replaced the entire piece as one because it is a little tricky to open, and might as well get a fresh new one of these. I'm big into just having new parts, so I usually do that. And they only need to be replaced every year or so. And if you're not in a very dusty environment, you might actually be able to even go longer than that. And a lot of people overlook it and don't change them out ever, which is not something you want to do because it does keep your air clean and your lines clean and your air suspension lasting longer. Now, hopping inside the car next is something that has to do with the air suspension system in general. Now, I usually do this from my phone app, which looks exactly the same as how this remote looks right here, but you can also do it from the remote sitting in the car. And this step is recalibrating your system. So every so often, just like a phone, it needs to update, but in this case, recalibrate. So you might notice your system not airing down equally, or maybe it stops halfway, or something is weird. If something is weird, you find a flat surface, a flat roadway, and you go ahead and recalibrate. So you go ahead and press the airlift button and up at the same time, brings you to a system where you can then scroll down, recalibration, and what you do from here is say you wish to recalibrate, and you would pretty much just move forward with the steps. It's going to ask you some pressure preparations, it's going to ask a couple other questions, and it's going to do some funky lifting and lowering with the car, and then your system is recalibrated and it should work like normal again. With any operating system, it's going to need some update or recalibration. It's something you don't necessarily have to do unless you feel like your system is getting funky, but I like to do it every few months or so. Now, something that is genius, which is great for maintenance and just for safety, is this kit from Bag Riders. It's a little drawstring bag that has extra airline, it has extra fuses, fitting, tape, line cutters, zip ties. It's kind of like a little emergency kit in case something happens on the side of the road, or maybe something happens in the comfort of your own home. But you want the right tools to get the fix done. This little kit from Bag Riders has saved me. It has fuses for if your fuse blows for your compressor system. It has a line cutter for if you need to adjust a line because of an air leak. All of that saved me because of this Bag Rider bag. Not sponsored by them. I will include a link for it in the description. It's just a good thing to have and keep in the car with you. And being a drawstring bag, you can store extra little things in it too that you might need for your air suspension stuff. If you're curious why a compressor fuse might blow, like I mentioned, it happens if there is a leak on the tank side of the system and your compressors continuously try and keep up and it's just overpowering them. It will blow the fuse near your battery in your engine bay so it doesn't overwork your compressor system and fail something electronically. It'll blow the fuse first to save your system. And it has some of those fuses in here in this kit just in case. And yeah, it's a great kit to have. That's really the main things that you have to do at all to keep your air suspension system nice. Now, while we're in this area, let's go ahead and talk about leaks. Leaks happen, they're bound to happen. Even if you install your system with no leaks, they can happen. So let's talk about how you check for them. The first thing you want to do is check where it's coming from. Does it seem like your actual bag is leaking? If so, which one? At that point, you would want to check exactly which line is going to your bag. Is it leaking here, or is it leaking where it connects to the bag? So you want to start there. If not, if it shows on your little screen that your tank pressure is leaking, that means, well, it's either your tank, where your compressors connect to your tank, or something connecting to your tank. So a lot of leaks start with an airline. It can be the airline isn't cut perfectly before connecting. It might be cut at a slight angle. It might have a little notch in it when you poked it in, and it just slowly finally start leaking. It can very well happen. Compressors can leak. There are a lot of seals and gaskets in this compressor where it shoots the air into the tank. It's a lot of pressure, so they can fail over time. It's not common, but it happens. And thankfully, a lot of these items are under warranty, if you bought them new at least. Like the management, the compressor, maybe the bags, if you bought the bags new, they all have warranty. Now, me specifically, I ran into an issue where my tank was leaking and I couldn't find it for the life of me. I just started replacing everything because I couldn't see a leak coming from anywhere. But I finally checked this one weird spot. It was right on the back of this management right here. It's this little breather hole that's not supposed to leak air out at all. It's only supposed to take in air. And I'll put a video right here of what it looked like leaking. I have soapy water on my finger. And boom. And you might be like, wait, how are all those bubbles coming out? What is that? Always check your leaks with soapy water. Just dish soap and water, spray it on a little bit or rub it on there with your finger, and it will blow bubbles if it's leaking. So that's an easy way to test for leaks. Like I said about warranty, mine was still under warranty. I only had it for a year or so, and they have 3 years of warranty. So they just sent me out a new one. I replaced it, swapped it in, and I was good to go. Leaks can happen, and finding the leaks and the method going about it is the most important part. Start easy and then work your way into the more difficult stuff. But overall, I haven't really ever had any issue besides that, which was just a faulty product. It happens. Things break when they're not supposed to, but I got it fixed with airlift and they were really easy and nice about it. Now, other than that, there's really not a whole lot that can go wrong with air suspension unless it's truly just installed poorly. I have my lines, if you watch my install video, ran inside the car. Nothing is outside the car unless it's in the engine bay, which is still really covered. So if you have stuff going under the car, definitely check there first if you have a leak. But I recommend running stuff inside the car. And if you have any questions about how I ran my system or installed my system, I have a full video about it on my YouTube channel. It's, well, at this point, like 2 years or so back. The air suspension system has been great. I air out daily. It is perfect. It goes up and down just like I needed to. It tucks so nicely. You can get the fitment you want. Maybe if you want fender to the lip, you can just choose exactly where you want to stop. And overall, it's just really great. If done properly and if kept up with nicely, it can be a great addition to any car, whether it's a show car, a daily driver, or something of the in between. But just like a vehicle, keep up with your stuff, do the maintenance, do the proper installation, don't cut corners, especially when you're spending money like this. And if you want to install it yourself, you kind of know the ins and out of the system. So if anything goes wrong, you know exactly where to look first. I saved myself probably 1,500 bucks, 2 grand installing it myself. And I didn't have to pay any of the labor. I just had to do the about 19 hours of labor installing it. But I just did it in my garage on jack stands. It wasn't too bad. But other than that, that is really it. If you guys have any questions about anything I mentioned, or you think I missed anything, or you have any additions, please feel free to drop it in the comments below. Or DM me on Instagram. I'm always on Instagram at gray_3is. I am welcome to your DMs, pictures, questions, anything. Please feel free to reach out. I also sell pretty much everything Lexus: fog lights, carbon fiber parts, daytime running light, the light bar sequential tail lights in red, clear, smoked, everything. I pretty much have it all. So please feel free to reach out if you have any questions about anything, or if you'd like to inquire about purchasing some parts. I'm super great with customer service. I'm a one-man job. I deal with it all. If you have questions, just let me know. So other than that, I really appreciate you guys for watching. I'm sorry it's been a little bit since a Lexus video came out. I've been finishing out school. I'm now done with college. I'm a graduated man, figuring out work stuff, and life is going great. The Lexus is going great. So I really appreciate y'all's support and your patience. But other than that, this has been Mr. Gray 3is. Thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Walking on